Hello, welcome back to another ASMR video. This setup's a little bit different right now. As you can see, I'm not sure what that is. The camera's bugging. Let me turn the lights up just a little bit. I have some new triggers for today, and it's going to be a very relaxing video. As you can see, we have the purple pillow, little fidget thing. I've been sleeping with the purple pillow for about a year and a half now, and I love it. It's fantastic. It's definitely different. It takes time to get used to, but it's great. Oh my god, sorry. This isn't sponsored, by the way. Like, in any way, this would not be sponsored if you look at my 16 subscribers. But no, I just really like the pillow. It's nice and cool, like in temperature sense, you know. But I can see the air passing through, or hear it. Let's just move the, there we go. Maybe a little bit closer. I was supposed to upload a video last night, but I was tired. I'm still a little bit tired because it's like 11 o'clock where I'm at, but, like, it's a nice and quiet and relaxing time, and the lighting looks really nice, so definitely could look nicer, because I'm using my built-in, like, laptop webcam. It's still not bad. I could use my iPhone, but I think I'm going to use this, just because it's a little bit easier, and I've got a microphone, so, yeah. That didn't sound very nice. What I'm gonna get you to do is I'm just gonna get you to look at this finger right here. Right? Right here. And just watch it. And don't look away from it. Just keep your eyes on it. Don't look away. Just keep your eyes on it. Trying something. It's slightly inspired by Patrick's ASMR. Also, my posture's not this bad. It's just I have to kind of bend over so that I can kind of reach my mic and stay in frame of the camera. Here, let's go like this. There we go. That's much better. Can turn the gain up a little bit. I just don't want to sonic blast myself. There's my stomach. Anyways, I still have my finger up. Okay, you can look away from that now. you can't hear it. I put it away from my camera, you can hear it, but then you can't see it. So I have to like trade off or try and find a balance between a visual and an audio trigger, because I know that a lot of you, including me, fall asleep without even looking at the ASMR. Right? I listen to it. I got an app called UPip, which lets me just watch YouTube videos with my phone like turned off without having to pay for premium, which is really useful. It's on the App Store. I don't know if it's on Google Play, but it's free. And you can skip ads by just like dragging the slider, which is really nice. I don't want to be too loud. I have a fountain pen. Let's grab that. I have an idea. Let's get the sketchbook out. I don't know actually how this is gonna go, but I just hope that this works with the pen. Fix our posture. Slide the keyboard forwards. Empty page. Okay, it does not seem to go through, which is nice. You're never going to see what I'm writing. The angle is perfect. I'm writing, please like and subscribe. I don't really care if you guys do that. I mean, it helps. I don't really do this for money, though. I mean, it could end up turning into that, which would be cool. I mean, let's not turn this into a little begging session, you know. And how do I spell your name? Oh, that's an interesting letter. I it's an A with an H mixed into it, and then an I with a K. Interesting letter. I've never seen that one before. And then a realistic sphere. Well, I wouldn't have thought that would be in your name. I'm sorry about my chair, it's creaky. I can't do anything about it. Considering doing kind of deeper talks. My stomach. Anyways, I'm considering doing deeper talks on this channel, maybe about mental health and life and but having it nice and, I don't want to say raw because I know that a lot of people don't like that word, but unfiltered, very grounded, you know, unfiltered. You know, ever since I was a little kid, I struggled with mental health issues. It never actually ended up hitting me until I was about 5. My parents weren't sure what was going on with me. I started acting out and trying to there were instances where I'd break down the door, try to break down my mom's bedroom door just to try and get my blanket back if she took it from me. I didn't understand it at the time. I just wanted my blanket back so I could sleep. Usually if I misbehave, you know, you get that taken. It's a universal thing, but I just couldn't seem to fathom the idea of that happening. It's not like I was just a spoiled kid who just didn't, not get his way. Or, I wasn't a spoiled kid who would act out if I didn't get my way. Turns out, after quite a while, you know, I had OCD, and I still do, and I still struggle with it. But the thing is, you know, when you've lived with that, when you grew up with that, when that's the only version of normal that you know, how is it struggling? People say that they struggle with, and I'm sure a lot of mental illnesses show signs later on. Mine has shown as long as I can remember, so I don't know normal or not struggling. It doesn't feel like I'm struggling ever because I've always lived with it. I've always lived with my brain like this, right? Anyways, diagnosed with OCD when I was 14. I'm 17 right now, almost 18 in July. I got diagnosed with OCD, and I always kind of knew I had it. I started suspecting I had it when I was 12. You know, I'm not trying to self-diagnose myself. I got officially diagnosed with it when I was 14, along with generalized anxiety disorder and seasonal affective disorder just last year. Well, actually 2 years ago now. Anyways, they put me on pills, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and some antidepressants, like Wellbutrin, you know. The thing is, with selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, they kind of take away your ability to, feel things, in the sense that something happens, right? And I don't have, an emotional reaction in the same way others would. And I'm not trying to be the type of kid where it's the lone sigma or whatever who has a cold heart who can't feel anything. I genuinely, the way my serotonin now works or my mood works, my emotions aren't spiked in the way that they were before, in the sense that if something happened, my emotions would be all over the place because of my mind making me think things. But now, for the past 4 or 5 years, I haven't felt anything. And and I feel I've always been afraid that now that I don't feel as much, what if I go to extremes just to be able to feel something in my life? What if I get addicted to a drug, right? Or even pornography. And that's a real issue that a lot of people have, you know? I think all of us have dealt with that at some point. And I just gotta say, you guys aren't alone. And that it's okay. Just don't ever try and fight yourself for it, or get mad at yourself. Because getting mad at yourself only makes the problem worse. You have to think to yourself, this is you. It's you and you. You're together with this. Don't try and fight yourself. You need to find ways, like a substitute for this feeling that you're seeking, right? The more you do, like an addiction, right? The more your body relies on it. It goes from a little bit of an attachment to a dependence to an addiction. That's how it goes. Addiction is the most severe, where your body, if you get off of it for long enough, your body doesn't seem to be able to function. Like, say you're addicted to methamphetamine. This video is gonna get, I don't know why I'm saying it's gonna get demonetized. It might get restricted or something. I don't care. It's important to talk about stuff like this. Say I'm addicted to that. As you take it more and more, we're gonna go into some biology stuff when I talk about this, okay? Because that's what I'm taking right now, and I find it really interesting. Anyways, the first time you do it, the way methamphetamine works is it binds to one of your dopamine, or is it serotonin, receptor sites, and blocks the production of inhibitors, which stop dopamine, or I think it's dopamine, from being produced. Dopamine makes you feel good, right? It's the pleasure chemical. It blocks the inhibitors, and inhibitors is pretty much a blocker. Like to inhibit means to stop or try to block or restrict something. So when that happens, your body's like, oh, looks like there's no more, it's like a guard. There's no more guards. So it lets all of your dopamine out. And it goes into mass production and overload, which is why you feel so good when you take drugs. Because there's nothing stopping your body from producing the good chemicals. But it takes a toll on you, and it has numerous other side effects. But after that, your body relies heavily on the drug that you would have taken to give you that feeling, and it stops producing it naturally, like an endorphin. It stops producing endorphins or serotonin or dopamine naturally, meaning when you're not on it, you feel depressed and awful. That's how that works scientifically. It all has to do with the nervous system. And that's a scary thing, that scientifically your body cannot handle being off of it. And in some cases, it leads to people dying just trying to quit. And this is getting really dark. Anyways. Mental health is important. And holding it in doesn't lead to anything good. Getting help is the most important thing you can do. I'll leave it right then and there. And it's not meant to be easy to speak up about something. You gotta do it scared, regardless of how scared you are. Because there are always people out there who are willing to help and who want to help. And the thing is, my mental health issues can't be solved just by taking a pill, right? Or doing some therapy. Mine are environmental. So I have, at-home issues. Dealing with family issues like divorce. And that's rough. Because it's not a very mutual divorce. And I'm safe, I'm okay. But it takes a toll on you, and you don't even realize it until you're sitting in biology with a heart rate of 110, sitting down. It's terrifying, and I'm sure so many of you guys deal with it, and even worse. It's not like it's even worse, it's that everyone deals with things and experiences things so different. And over time, it all takes a toll. So don't ever put your own situation or mental health down just because someone else's could be worse. Right? Because it's not about them, it's about you. Don't worry about other people's issues. They'll fix it themselves. The only person who can initiate the healing process and acceptance is you. And it's okay. It's okay. And it's scary. And I'm scared too, you know. Just life in general. You don't have to know what you're gonna do with your life. And don't feel depressed just because I'm not. See, that's the thing, is people just telling you not to feel depressed about something. Like, it doesn't work like that. It requires an entire shift in your mindset or environment. But, you know, the beauty of life is the ability to experience and feel things regardless of how awful they may be. Because, like, regardless of how much pain I may go through, I just look at it with just wonder, like, wow, I'm alive and I've gotten to experience all of this. And that's partially why I'm going into film. I'm going into filmmaking, working on a short film right now. I can talk more about that in another video. But being able to express yourself or experience things and then being able to tell people about it, regardless of how depressing it is just amazing. Even if you don't tell people about it, knowing that you lived. Some people don't live. But that's what's beautiful about it, is that they don't live their life. And that's how their life was. They felt all this misery because they didn't experience their life. And that's unique to them. But the feelings are not unique because everyone feels them. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm talking about or what I mean. And I don't either, but you don't have to understand it. It's okay not to be okay. Like the name of that one song. With, I think it's Demi Lovato and Marshmello. It's not even that old, but I feel ancient now. It came out quite a few years ago. It's a pop song. You know, yesterday I went out with my friends and we went to Chick-fil-A. It's the first time I've had it. It was alright. And I went thrift shopping. I got a pair of rollerblades for about $25. I was skating around on the ice and in the snow and on the gravel and on the roads. Not like in the middle of like the roads. I'm talking in parking lots and stuff. It's lots of fun. Went thrift shopping. And that was an amazing, amazing time. You know, just to feel so alive. To get out into the world. My whole life I've always felt so restricted. I always felt like I never had much of a childhood, and I never did. And it changed me, and it causes people to act out. And I can see it in people. And I think you guys can too, as long as you have an open enough mind. Right? These people that would bully you person's going through something just because they're quiet. It can be anyone. So don't judge people. It's just a little bit of a lesson. I'm young, but I still know some stuff, and I've learned things. And we just have to let things go. When people make fun of you, the only person they think about is themselves. They want the attention. They don't care about you. They don't. Don't try and fight them, because fighting doesn't do anything. It does nothing. It's not worth it. Be the bigger man. No matter how much anger you feel, and even then, I used to practice Muay Thai, right? Martial arts, all sorts of stuff. The first time I got into it, I was in grade 9. I got a big ego from it. You know, I've always been a smaller guy. I'm only 5'7.5". Still growing, of course. Hope so. But like, I got into Muay Thai, got a big ego, and every bully that I saw that was making fun of someone, or even myself, I wanted to beat the crap out of them, thinking that it would be amazing just to like have them barely alive on the ground, you know, for everything they've done to me. And I got that one time. It's a guy who was doing some stuff to a friend of mine. He was grabbing him in places, and this guy was a bigger guy, the friend of mine. He's a big guy. That's part of the reason everyone was grabbing him. You know, I told him to leave him alone. I kind of got in between them, regardless of how small I was in between the two. And I defended him. Teacher came around the corner. After a couple minutes of yelling at him a little bit. And I just told him what was going on. And he was like, oh, okay, we shouldn't be doing that to the, you know, the bully. So you'd call him. We went outside, and I instigated it. I made him shove my friend just so I could have a bit of an excuse to have him shove me. And I was like, shove me, come on, let's go. He shoved me, and I threw a punch at him, like near instantly. I missed him. I just barely, well, I didn't miss him, but I hit right here, and it skimmed him. The guy was about 6 feet tall, and I was probably about 5'4", 5 at the time. Did I say 6'4"? He was 6 feet tall, 6'1". I think he's all taller than that. Anyways, tall, skinny kid. I hit him. My friends helped me back from going back at him. And he tried to sort of go back at me, but you can tell he's kind of shocked. And you know, you feel so good about it. You protected your friends. Wow, look at that. The next day I came to school, everyone, all these bullies' friends, and the same people who had bullied me as well. In the years prior, when I was in middle school, and even up straight through the early years of high school. Because high school starts at grade 9 for where I'm at. Even through all of that, you know, they were making fun of me. I get out of my car, my sister drives me to school, I get out, I'm walking in to the front entrance, and there's the bullies out in the front yard saying, oh, I heard you missed. And I was like, just trying my best to ignore them. They're like, I heard you got into a fight, and you missed them. And I tried my best to ignore them, and I felt so embarrassed. It's like, what did that do for me? And, you know, the victim of the bullying, who was getting grabbed, stood up for me, because they had it on camera. The altercation. He stood up for me and defended me, so I never ended up going to the office or anything. He defended me by saying that, oh, he was just protecting me and standing up for me. And he did it, I was self-defense. That's all. And I was very lucky. I could have very easily gotten an assault charge. someone in response to a pebble getting. It's like shooting into a car in response to an acorn landing on top of that car. You understand that reference? It's pretty cool if you understand that reference. I'll say that. I got nothing out of it, but was humiliated. I was so felt insecure about myself. Coupled me real quick. I got nothing out of it. But these 5 seconds of glory made nothing better. And from then on, I gradually became more and more neutral. And now, you know, up until recently, I was so passive because I'm so scared of fighting back in a way. Like I've regressed back to being passive and being thrown around and almost martyr-like, you know. I'll take the blame for this, I'll take the blame for that, you know, because I started becoming religious, started being Christian, you know, and I'm not gonna go into all this stuff, but anyways, I started to believe that I couldn't fight, I couldn't hurt anyone. Don't hurt anyone no matter what. Don't ever let emotion get in the way of logic. Now that's a quote that I've always thought, it's stuck with me forever. I don't know if anyone's ever said that quote, but I thought of it. And in some ways it helped, but in a lot of ways it didn't, because I stopped being human. When I did that, I stopped feeling things. I stopped letting things that just affected me do anything to me, or even affect me. Bundle it all in, you know? It's about finding a balance between being a human and being smart. It's okay when things happen. It's okay when mistakes are made. Don't ever get mad at yourself for it. Getting mad at yourself doesn't fix anything, but puts you down and makes you feel like the person you're mad at yourself for being. Call yourself an idiot, you will be an idiot, because that's what your brain believes. It rewires itself to think that way. Reflect on yourself and think about what you could have done better, but don't dwell on it because things already have happened. Can't change the past. Just be there, be now, be there, be here in the present. And just live. Don't create philosophy about time and being here, just live. It's like I'm doing. I'm thinking about the past and the future. I'm not living. Now I'm present. I can hear my surroundings. I'm not sure what's going on with my stomach. It's making sounds. You know, I can feel things. I can taste the air. I can hear the white noise from my mic input. I can hear myself through the mic. And these are open backs, so I can still hear things, but I can hear myself amplified. The same way you guys can hear me. You know, this was a bit of a deeper topic that I got into, and I didn't go super specific or anything, because I'm trying to make this universal. I'm not saying that I've been through all the things that I'm talking about, right? But I'm trying to make what I'm talking about universal to people. Like, that's the idea. I don't want to try and sugarcoat things. I just want to be real. There's my stomach again. I don't like superficialness, you know? Superficiality. I think that's the word. Just be yourself. But if everyone seems to hate you for being yourself, then yeah, reflect. Unless it really is just everyone else's problem. there's that to an extent. If you haven't already closed your eyes, just close them. Rest. Sleep is so important. Someone who's missed out on so much quality sleep in my life, and so much things that I could have experienced a lot more vividly, so much things that I could have done better than, I wish I just slept more. Sometimes I also wish that sometimes I wish that I couldn't have gone back. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back and change things, because then I wouldn't be the person I am today. But then again, if I changed things, how would I not be the same person I am today? I would have learned the same things later on down the road, regardless of the timing. But it's not just about me as well. It's about the other people. If that makes any sense. It's midnight for me. Just turned 12 a.m. I don't know if the ASMR's been any good, but I'm trying. That's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys get a good sleep, or are able to focus well with your homework or whatever you're doing while listening to this. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate the support on the last video. It means a lot to me, like a lot. Something I couldn't even put into words. And that's how I'm gonna be able to express it, so I just can't. I can't express it. How much I appreciate any support. Making out to see I've gotten 16 subscribers from 0 or from 1 within like an hour. Not even waking up, I checked my phone like an hour after I checked it before. I went from 1 subscriber to 16, and I'd gotten 14 comments on my video. Not 14. It's 14 total, including my replies. Regardless, you get the point. The moral of this video, I'd say, is, or the kind of lesson, the message I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid to be human. And when I say human, I mean feel emotions, be yourself, accept that things maybe aren't as exciting as they could be, and find the beauty in that, because the beauty is in feeling bored or feeling nothing. You know? You gotta love life. The less you feel, the more appreciative you'll be for being able to feel things and being able to experience things in life, regardless of how positive or negative they are. Makes you smile. Just laugh or cry. That's okay. Make mistakes. Learn. But live in the moment. Don't be so focused on trying to do all this that you forget to live your life. Don't be so focused on trying to be in the present that you aren't in the present. It's like trying to think about actively blinking. Yeah, you're blinking. You're getting your eyes moistened. But you're missing out on the rest of the world when you're focusing on blinking. The blinking will happen on its own.